Hello, everyone. This is your Game Forever new week in review gaming news podcast for the week ending with July 28th, 2013. I am, as always, Gamer Wolf, and today we have Birdie.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Oh my god, that is so exact. That is so exact. Game Freak.
I'm your average belcher in the game and complainer sometimes.
A Charky.
Movie.
Oh, God. A Charky.
I am burdened with glorious purpose.
Oh, now I forget what the heck that was from. And a new guy for this week, Acresial.
Yo!
So, how you been, you guys?
Doing good.
So I recently kind of discovered some of the magic of ROMs and emulators. We don't condone piracy, by the way, but
no we don't.
but I mean, for shit that's like 20 years old and the hardware is not available unless you go on eBay or Amazon. And let's face it, publishers aren't getting any cut of some, thank God. But yeah, I tooled around with a bunch of old games I have not played in years, as well as some stuff I toyed around with for research on an article, which will probably be posted up next week, of just lesser remembered like platformers that came out of the boom of Sonic the Hedgehog and the like, because when Sonic the Hedgehog came out in the 90s, everybody had to have a furry mascot, and holy shit,
Gotta go fast.
There were a lot.
Faster.
Like, there were a lot of clones. I mean, and it's like some of this stuff I looked at, and I had a good memory of like some of these games being advertised in like EGM back when I used to read magazines a lot, because before the internet, that was kind of where you get your gaming news back in the 90s.
Yep.
And EGM was the best. I remember it was an outcry when that thing died out. Then it came back.
God, yeah, EGM was awesome. Like. If there was anything you were gonna miss more than Nintendo Power, it was EGM. Like,
I miss EGM indeed.
But yeah, and there were some games like I ended up finding because Game Rankings has like a really great system for just searching all kinds of old reviews and shit. And like I've ran into shit that I did not even know existed. And I don't mention this in my article, so I'll mention it briefly. Was this game called Oscar, which was about a little annoying squirrel cartoon character named Oscar who goes around collecting Oscar awards. And I looked up the footage on YouTube. It is one of the shittiest Super Nintendo games I've ever looked at. Oh my god. Yeah, so the research I do for some of this stuff.
No kidding. Also, Acresial, do you care to introduce yourself a bit?
Not much to tell. I do reviews, I do a stream for the site, a bit of everything. Add some variety to life.
Awesome. Yeah, as for me for this week, it's pretty much just, okay, Steam sale's over. God, there's so much quiet.
Yeah, it's pretty bad now.
I think I managed to get through the Steam sale by only spending about $30.
Oh man,
I think I'm
100.
pretty much over.
Oh god.
I think I went over.
Oh, I forgot about that game. Oh, thank you for mentioning that, Crowley. Oh, my friend Growley's in the stream. He mentioned, Ren and Stimpy Vidiots.
Oh Jesus! I will say that when I wrote this article, I avoided writing in about anything that had a license. Like, incidentally enough, there was this game called Dinosaurs for Hire. And I was going to include it, but in my research I had found out that it was based on an independent comic. So it was basically a Contra game, but with dinosaurs, and they had machine guns. It was on the Genesis.
Freak?
I was gonna say, sounds like Dino D-Day or something.
Yeah, it honestly does, like the earliest version of Dino D-Day.
Oh, so that's when my ship was getting fucked up. I forgot to turn on the shield.
I remember that game.
Oh god, and Crit Roll Infinity. Yeah.
No, I remember, the password. Like, thank God I had a password system, because it was the only way I was going to get any farther in it. And then Yeah, I remember playing that stupid opening stage where you're in Stimpy's mouth. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, oh God, I played it once and I regret ever touching it. It's like along the lines of games I regret ever touching, such as E.T.
There was.
Oh God, E.T.
Do you want to fucking talk about some
Big
bad
breaks.
shit? Like, no, there was another Ren and Stimpy game I had the misfortune of playing as a kid because I rented it, and it was basically, I don't remember what it was called, but it was Ren and Stimpy, and they were pretending to be Dalmatians. Now I remember seeing that episode, but they had basically taken that whole presence of Ren and Stimpy are pretending to be fire dogs and stretched it out into a whole game, and it fucking sucked shit. Like, that was one of those games you rented it and got home and felt, well, my weekend is done. This God.
Yeah. One of the everlasting regrets of THQ.
The whole thing.
Yeah. One of the dark pasts of the developer we used to know as THQ. Anyways, well, this week. Insane is pretty much to sum up with some of the stuff, which we will start off with this one. Microsoft is officially backtracking on its indie game policy. Yeah. The whole thing of them not allowing indie publishers to basically self-publish. Yeah, that's now happening with the Xbox One. So it's like, wow, we've just gotten the trifecta of 180s here. I mean, first we had the 180 on the Always Online. Then we got the 180 on the developer, the fees for, fine tuning for indie games and that. And now this.
It's one of those things where it's like, glad to see they smarten up a bit, but at the same time, I am wary because what's to stop them from changing their mind again in the future?
True enough.
Because, I mean, we kind of saw this where back in the 360, they were all like, we're going to have all these indie games that people can make themselves for, what, $1,500 they were charging people for, like, indie dev kits, and then, they could put it out there, and then all of a sudden, just Microsoft slowly kind of push that shit as far to the side as far as they can. And I, can't help but get the feeling that they made this decision almost begrudgingly.
Yeah, true, though they are doing a good job of hiding it. According to Microsoft's Mark Whitten in an interview with Engadget, he said that our vision is that every person can be a creator, that every Xbox One can be used for development, that every game and experience can take advantage of all the features of Xbox One and Xbox Live. This means self-publishing, this means Connect, the cloud, achievements, this means great discoverability on Xbox Live. And they also said they will have more details on the program they are working out for and the timeline at Gamescom in August.
I'm wondering if this will end up being like the Xbox 360's indie development, where it was just a bunch of, sloshed together titles, and this is their
yeah, like a lot of the stuff. Yeah, a lot of the friggin' XNA stuff.
Yeah, here's this little shitty golf game, but it's got avatars in it, and
and it was made by someone that isn't a major company. That's an indie game. Like, no. You can't advocate that stuff in a new thing and call it an indie. You know what I mean?
Because for every Cthulhu Saves the World, there's like 9 other, other shit games out there.
Yeah, like friggin', what was it, like the Impossible Game or whatever the hell that was called. I
remember that.
God, that game was. But
it's
just rage bait.
Since Enigma is not here, I will play the Sony fan. Sony, they seem to be more open to just creative ideas, like stuff that it may not be a market trend, it might be little, because Sony used to be the guys that always gave us weird shit going into like, the PlayStation 2 and ever since the PS1, you had all these crazy games like Pandemonium, and then you had, and even on the PS3, they still made lots of weird stuff. I mean, Folklore was a game that I kind of enjoyed, and Sony kind of sees that the indie world still offers, creative and new experiences, whereas the AAA industry, it's gotten expensive and risky to do that stuff. And Microsoft, I just kind of get the impression that they begrudgingly did this because they want to try to clear up their reputation.
Yeah, I do get the feeling of that as well. I mean, this just kind of the whole thing of 180 is just pretty much, I feel this is all because of outcry. I mean, with the always online getting turned over, that was that was pretty much more fan outcry. That was more consumer. And then, the other two, that was more along the lines of indie developer drive. Them just basically flat out saying that, we're glad to develop stuff freely for the PC, for the Wii U, for the PlayStation 4 and that, but with the Xbox One, we don't see ourselves doing anything for it because we don't like how their business practices are.
Yeah. So, and again, I'm wary about it simply because what's to stop them from changing their minds in the future?
Yeah, very true. And also remains to be seen what they're going to be doing. We'll have to see how they explain what they're going to do with this in August at Gamescom. And they've also said that this also goes along the lines of the fact that it also feels like Microsoft's just trying to desperately keep in pace. I mean, they already, their last place when it comes to indies, so it's pretty much, okay, let's just pull out all the stops and try to get ourselves back in this.
Right.
Alright, next.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yep. Alright, and unfortunately, no Sony news this week, surprisingly enough. So, we're just gonna... Yeah, Sony's being quiet as heck right now.
Enigma picked a good week to skip out.
Yeah, true enough.
Sony news?
I mean, there is something report on Sony's side, but nothing's, like, full-on Sony stuff for this week. So moving on towards Nintendo, sticking with the whole thing of indie developers, Nintendo is straight out embracing indie developers, but they don't want to touch any indie developers in Japan. Yeah, as Nintendo right now has they have a little bit of a sign-up sheet for any indie developers that want to make games for the Wii U console. However, they have listed on there, just plain clear as crystal, we are not accepting applications from developers located in Japan at this time. Now, what you think? Now, already, what you think is like, wow, Nintendo's really just giving the FU to Japan. Somebody actually is defending their choice, and that would be Kenji Inafune. In an interview on IGN, he said that, I hope Japanese game developers are breaking through the stagnation, he said to them. However, the reality isn't as good as I want it to be. I see they're starting to be aware of the problem and that they have to do something. They know they have to learn more from Western games and create games that'll sell more in the Western market. However, they don't know what to do or how to do it. And he continues saying that even worse, their pride gets in the way, preventing them from learning from overseas developers. As a result, they end up staying in the domestic market rather than going global.
Yeah, because Japanese are very honorable people.
Well, I don't think Kiji's wrong. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, Japanese developers, they've been, very set in their ways, and they feel that, we know best, and no one can do better than we can. I'm not trying to say anything against that. It's just that, that's kind of always been the attitude, and that's something that a lot of people in the industry have kind of said, that they're very set in their ways and they're very stubborn to change. Although, granted, you have to admit, it's not to say that there is no innovation in Japan, because Japan, we get a lot of game series that we love today kind of came from some of the ideas that Japanese developers gave us. Shit, Atlas still does a really fantastic job of delivering stuff with with the Persona series and Shin Megami Tensei. But the other thing I have against the whole argument of no Japanese indie devs is that independent developers, regardless of who you are or where you're from, the idea of being indie is that if you have an idea, no matter how good or how bad it is, you have the ability to get it out to the world and let other people see it. And I think it's really shitty of Nintendo to even deny anybody not to develop on their system. I mean, granted, yeah, they want to get new ideas, and a lot of people feel that European and American developers are the way to go. But it's not to say that you should shut them out completely.
Yeah, true. However, this is kind of par for Nintendo because Nintendo, back in the 1980s, they had a pretty rigorous quality control kind of thing, and it is pretty much one of the reasons why they have such lukewarm third-party support. However, when the Wii opened those floodgates, the quality control took a massive dive because there was just so much shovelware.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit, but I mean, back in the 1980s, yeah, Nintendo kind of had to be strict because the industry fucking crashed.
Yeah, they saw what happened with Atari.
And if they were going to change what had happened, yeah, they needed to, crack the whip and tighten their belts and say, we can't just have any shit on our platform. And they've kind of allowed that to happen. And it's not to say that Western indie devs don't make bad shit. I mean, we've seen some pretty stupid stuff, come out over here. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope Nintendo does change their minds and maybe eventually they'll allow Japanese indie devs to develop for their stuff, because a lot of people outcry Japan doesn't come up with anything new, and it's like there's bound to be some good ideas still left in Japan. So
true, I have no doubt about that. It's just Nintendo's just really just taking the reins again, and it just quite possibly may be a good one. I mean, at least until the Wii U becomes more established. Then they'll open up the floodgates just a bit and let some of these Japanese indie devs be able to bring their stuff across overseas.
Meanwhile, Sony is like, hey guys, come on over.
Yeah. Anyway, next up, this one was the big one for Nintendo. And I'm of two sides with this. Smash Brothers will lack cutscenes because they'll quote-unquote end up online. Yes, in an interview on Famitsu, creator Masahiro Sakurai said that Super Smash Brothers Brawl had, with the cutscenes in Brawl, they ended up online quite a bit. They ended up being put on YouTube, and he really just kind of didn't like that. He said that you can only truly wow a player the first time he sees a cutscene. I felt if players saw the cutscenes outside of the game, they would no longer serve as rewards for playing the game, so I decided against using them.
Yeah, somebody called a wambulance.
Now, okay, now this is where I'm of two sides of. One, that is the most bullshit explanation for taking out cutscenes I have ever heard. I mean, really? You have to put the blame on YouTube again? Honestly? Come on. Everything ends up on YouTube at some goddamn point. I'm sorry. That's just bullshit upon bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, has it ever occurred to him that people, might make the conscious decision to not go on YouTube and look up videos if they don't want to see it? Because, with that line of thinking, it's not like, I didn't go out and watch all the story cutscenes for Mortal Kombat before I got a chance to play it. Fuck no. I wanted to experience it for myself, so I avoided that shit. Yeah, it was up on there, but I didn't want to see it. I wanted to wait until I played Mortal Kombat myself, and it was fucking awesome. Yeah. So, it's just really, really stupid thinking. Like, he basically just feels like nobody has any self-control and that everybody's going to do it. But that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. It's really stupid, and it's just more of like Nintendo being so fearful of the internet and all these newfangled things that the internet does. It's
Yeah. However, now here's the other side of me. The other side of me is pretty much going like, okay, I could possibly see his point. He more prefers like the people like get the reward without having to cheat their way through it. Now, bear in mind again, this is a bad excuse. Still, the fact of the matter is, if you were able to see something like a secret ending, if you will, and you just pretty much looked it up online because you honestly didn't feel like doing like the 50+ hours of like grinding for items and stuff just to get to that secret ending point. I mean, would you honestly not want to just take the easy route?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, granted, sometimes video games ask some pretty outlandish shit to see some of that stuff. And it would be nice to be able to, like, you know what, I just want to see this video real quick. Maybe I'll get this later for myself eventually, but for now, I just want to see this. So,
Yeah.
and that's fine. And it's not like this would take away anything from the game, and I don't think it would take away, I mean, and granted, there are still people that would consciously make the decision, no, I don't want to watch it on the internet, I'm going to do it myself.
Yes.
So, I don't know. It's really shitty, and if that's what they want to do, fine. But
yeah, it's pretty much a mix. And I mean, honestly, with me, I mean, if there's still going to be a single player campaign, it's just there won't be really any cutscenes. I'm just like, I'm kind of just okay with it, to be honest.
You're gonna have to fucking read everything.
I mean, no. I play a lot of RPGs. Okay, I've learned to read text boxes. But no, honestly, if there's no cutscenes, I mean, whatever. I mean, that's just more time to give the developers, to like fine-tune the game, to maybe put some more stuff into it. And again, single-player campaign, I don't care if it has a story or not. I mean, to be honest, the Subspace Emissary in Brawl was it was a little bit weak in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I played that shit mostly because I want to unlock everybody.
Yeah, that was pretty much easy mode of
yeah.
unlocking everything right there. Instead of
fact
doing
that
the
they had like these
to unlock everyone, including Snake.
Yeah,
I mean the fact that they had like these cutscenes and stuff, which to their credit looked really good, but that kind of felt like it was incidental.
Yeah,
so,
I still have no idea what the hell Snake said in that cutscene of his.
I don't remember.
Well, you're talking like when he first takes out the box.
Yeah,
He says, "Kept you waiting, huh?"
Oh yeah, a famous line from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yep. Yeah. But anyways, honestly, I think this is both a mix of what the fuck did you just say, and water off the back.
Kind of like I get your reasoning behind it, but at the same time, fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
Big fuck you.
All right, now moving on to the third parties. Though our first one is more with a third party's distribution platform. That's a dang thing. Okay, here we go. Steam may be heading to court over a used game lawsuit. This is coming out of Germany from their German consumer organization called the VZBV. They filed a lawsuit against Valve regarding the rights of users to resell their purchases. Now, the VZBV charges that Valve's Steam platform is in violation of a recent ruling by the European Union, which stated that software vendors have no right to block resales of video games. The ruling applies to both physical and digital copies of games, according to the European Court of Justice. This, I'm also of two minds with. I mean, first of all, well, we're gonna probably get a concrete definition of what the buying digital copies of a game online, a concrete ruling of could this actually be considered you actually own it, or you just own the rights to use it. And the other side of me is like, oh my god, I hope this does not go through.
I hope it doesn't go
because
through, yeah.
if it goes through, that's the end of Steam sales. That's the end of Steam sales, and I will be friggin' pissed.
They already have enough money flowing through community markets with resales of the newly implemented Steam cards. With the resale of games, you'd lose a lot of those games that require licenses and ports from consoles, and there would be probably lawsuits out the ass for, you can't transfer multiplayer rights for, like, Battlefield port, things like that. You can't cover all the bases by slapping a resale sticker on digital copies of games. I mean, they port from consoles. They have indie developers made by 2 people. I mean, where do you draw the line at what games can and can't be resold, and what's the price for this? And I think it would just be a really poor decision.
Yeah. Also,
it's a pretty sticky situation.
Also, the VP of Valve Marketing, Doug Lombardi, said that the company was aware of the lawsuit back in February, but has not seen an official complaint by the VZBV. And Lombardi also goes on to say that the German Supreme Court has already ruled in favor of Valve against the VZBV, saying that we understand the complaint is somehow regarding the transferability of Steam accounts, despite the fact that this issue has already been ruled upon favorably to Valve in a prior case between Valve and the VZBV by the German Supreme Court. For now, we are continuing to extend the Steam services to gamers in Germany and around the world. So, Valve feels pretty confident that the case will get possibly thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, dude even said, we've kind of already discussed this, and they came to a conclusion about it, and it seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's just the fact that with this new union ruling by the European Union, this could become a slight monkey wrench in things, and I hope it's not a really harmful one, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this turns out in the coming days and weeks. I'm hoping it's just going to get thrown out the same way, because I love Steam sales, and as much as my wallet doesn't like them. So I really don't want to see them gone. I really don't.
Me neither.
Sticking with Valve. Next up, Valve is responding to developer criticism of Steam. Greenlight, an indie dev, has criticized the... they mainly criticize the fact of the infestation game is prominence right in there during the summer set. Yeah, Survivor Stories. Pretty much responded to that as proof that, we don't like... And Enigma's here! And you're a little bit late, sadly.
Hi, guys. I came out of the Royal Duchess Kate's vagina.
What? Oh God! Why'd you have to say that?
What? Whose vagina?
Don't ask.
Well, I can stop being the Sony fanboy now.
Even though there's barely no Sony news this week. Anyway, quickly introduce yourself, Enigma, so we can get back.
Hi guys, I'm covered in fryer grease.
Fire grease.
I was busy closing up the shop today. So
no, it's like, man.
LD, we will get to the green light. The green light exceptions are part of it. That's part of our brief mentions. We will get to that later on. But right now, back to the story at hand. There has been some unanswered questions and developer frustration as to how the approval system works. And IndieStack has posted a link to an open letter written by developer Poe, which outlines his frustrations with Greenlight. Poe, I forget what the heck is game he made, but it's picture.
Talking about Steam Greenlight right now?
Yes. Yeah. Poe, the developer Poe said that they want.
Yet?
What?
Anyone point out paranautical activity yet?
Oh god, yeah, that thing's still in Greenlight limbo.
Have we not talked about that yet in the show?
Nope, we have not touched upon that yet. But this adds on to it, because Poe is calling for greater transparency about the Greenlight process, and for Valve to allow publishers to actually help developers and to bring back the old submission process as an option. And this is basically because of things like Paranormal Activity, which got a publisher, Adult Swim Games, but yet is still stuck on the Greenlight system.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because Adult Swim Games has actually released other projects on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like Valve doesn't really seem to totally know how to handle this yet, because, I mean, Greenlight's been coming under a lot of criticism lately about, should we charge publishers money for doing this? Should we, get upfront about this? I mean, it's so fucking ridiculous
It doesn't even serve its original purpose, really.
No.
Its original purpose was to make the cream of the indie crop rise to the top.
And instead it's become just nothing but it's become basically a freaking popularity contest.
Right.
Yeah.
With it being a free service, there's no real way to, stop stupid projects from filling up the thing to the point of it exploding. I mean, there's games in there that are just like hand-drawn MS Paint sketches of certain things, and you can't pick through that to find that one game that looks promising and bring it to the front page.
Yeah.
There were several green lights for Half-Life 3 when the system was first launched.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Anyway, Valve's Tom Bowie...
I made it through, just for everyone's curiosity.
Anyway, Valve's Tom Bowie did give a response by admitting that Greenlight was indeed not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and claimed that there wasn't any way to ship as many games as the company would like. Pretty much making it seem like Greenlight's pretty much a half-completed idea.
Yeah, because, because I remember at one time they kind of came under fire for, should we start charging developers money to get their game on Greenlight? And there are some developers of really good games that don't have that money to put on there. It's like, some would say,
exactly.
well, $100 is not much to ask. But, you look at guys like Jasper Byrne, who worked on Lone Survivor. Jasper Byrne didn't really have any money when he made Lone Survivor. The guy went without food and was close to living out of his car. And
that's $100 is a lot to ask when you're in that situation.
Oh yeah,
yeah, absolutely. So
hell, at that point, even $20 is a lot to ask.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Greenlight, you hope it kind of finds its footing and that they kind of get a formula in place where they've got all this shit under control, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, it's got to be better than what it is now. Also, vote for Dusty Revenge.
Yes.
Doing the opposite of what it's intended to do. Like, I will cite again, Paranormal Activity. It was told to go back to the Greenlight campaign despite already having a publisher with Steam slots available to give to them.
Well, think of it like this.
They didn't want people skirting the Greenlight with publishers, which defeats the whole point of having Greenlight in the first place. Now it's a barrier instead of a gateway.
Greenlight kind of reminds me of like diamonds in Minecraft. There's really good shit there, but you have to kind of dig through, almost literally, a bunch of crap. And then, even when you find them, there's still the threat of not even being able to bring it back up to the top.
Most of you guys have a Steam account, I assume, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We all do.
How many of you actually go on to Greenlight?
I have gone to Greenlight a few times, basically upvoting a couple games.
Do you go on regularly or semi-regularly? Because
I go on regularly, big time.
I'll be honest. I usually wait until I hear about certain websites that are talking about some games.
You wait until some gaming news guy says something's on Greenlight, then you greenlight it.
Well, nothing really comes from Greenlight. The games that are popular on Greenlight, like FTL and stuff, have Kickstarters as well. And the news from Kickstarter, because they can put up a lot more stuff there, like links to videos, and it's really a lot more fleshed out on Kickstarter. And the news from there makes it to Greenlight, and people start voting for it there. And that's when you start to realize that those games become popular by Kickstarters that'll help, because they have that tandem thing going on.
Mm-hmm. And like Dusty Revenge, which I kind of found out about through the game's website when I stumbled upon it. And while those guys are able to sell Dusty Revenge through their website as well as Desura, they are trying to get on Greenlight, which is kind of why I wanted to highlight it.
In the modern PC market, if you don't get onto Steam, you don't make massive sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
there are lots of people who won't buy a game unless it's on Steam. And that's just the way it is, sadly.
Yeah,
it shouldn't
sad
be
but
that
true.
way, and I don't like it that it's that way, but it is that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's definitely some things that really need to be ironed out with Greenlight, and hopefully Valve will at least put some focus into making that system better than it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of hard to promote, like, everything when there really is, like, literally millions of games out there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, yes, vote up Dusty Revenge if you can. I've seen video of that game. That game looks friggin' awesome.
Indeed.
It's a flawed system, but I honestly don't know how you can make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up, EA getting a shot to the chest. EA losing the lawsuit to the original Madden creator, having to now pay the original creator $11 million in unpaid royalties plus interest. Yeah, after 3 days of deliberations, a jury in the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California ruled in favor of Robin Atanick, the original designer and developer of Electronic Arts' best-selling Madden NFL football games, awarding him over $11 million in unpaid royalties plus interest, and setting the stage for another phase of trial regarding games published after 1996. Yeah, the jury found that several Madden games published between 1990 and 1996 were virtually identical to Atanick's original version of John Madden Football and used substantially similar plays and formations.
I mean, it's been a joke for years that Madden was essentially the same thing over and over again.
But yeah,
now the courts have made it official.
Yeah, this is the official proof right there that it's just a repeat of the same thing.
A judge has officially ruled that Madden is just a repeat over and over again.
To be honest, they could just take like Madden 2002 and just update some of the stats. That's really what all these games are.
And bros keep buying them.
If they won this lawsuit, there is reason to believe they win a lawsuit for the rest of the Madden games.
Oh,
I wanted to make a joke, kind of referencing Pacific Rim, but I didn't want to spoil anything about that movie.
Giant robot eats giant monster. Robot wins.
Well, but yeah, the thing with
if this man does go on to sue for the rest of the franchise's history,
I hope he does.
A lot more.
Yeah, because the next,
I'm sure it's not going to be enough to make it not profitable. They're probably going to keep doing it, but that man is going to be set for life after this.
Oh, no kidding! Yeah, the next phase of the trial will be held to determine whether EA is responsible for paying Atanick for games published between 1997 and the present, where the revenues exceed over $3 billion.
Yeah, because
if they won the old lawsuit, there is no reason to believe they won't win this lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought it was, aside from all the other bullshit that EA does, I still thought it was fucking ridiculous, and I don't really care about sports games, but I thought it was a bunch of horse shit when they pretty much capped the monopoly on the NFL franchise license, and they held on to it because somebody else was able to do a better football game than they did, and they couldn't stand competition, so it's like, well, we got exclusive rights to NFL, fuck you. Now we can make this shit.
In general, the past decade or so has been about snuffing out competition instead of competing with it.
Yes.
But that gets into a whole different conversation about politics and whatnot that I do not want to get into in a gaming.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Regarding EA and the Madden series, I hope this bites them in the ass so fucking bad because they deserve it.
Oh, too true, too true. I mean, you've refused to really innovate with your game. You kind of deserve this little hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat. Next up, well, bad news for Eidos Montreal. The founder of Eidos Montreal has officially resigned, citing irreconcilable differences with Square Enix Europe.
Like a bad divorce.
Yep. Citing a lack of leadership following the failure of Tomb Raider, Hitman Absolution, and Sleeping Dogs to meet sales expectations, despite all three games being well received, Eidos Montreal founder and general manager Stéphane Dalstus. I think that's how you say his last name.
We apologize.
Yeah, we kind of suck with foreign names. But
let
yeah.
me try to pronounce it because I'm better at these than you are. Where is his name?
It's
Stefan Destrus.
Stefan
Destos. Okay.
Thank you.
Stefan has officially resigned. He says that in an interview with Polygon, he said that since last year's financial shortcoming performance of Square Enix Europe, we, headquarters London and GM Eidos Montreal, have had growing and divergent opinions on what needed to be done to correct the situation. The lack of leadership, lack of courage, and the lack of communication were so evident that I wasn't able to conduct my job correctly. I realized that our differences were irreconcilable, and that the best decision was, unfortunately, to part ways.
This kind of goes into, what I had said earlier, I think it was on a previous podcast when we had mentioned how Square Enix looked at the sales of games like Tomb Raider and all this other shit like it was some failure, despite the fact that they were selling millions. But really, the only reason it was a failure in their eyes is because of all the fuck-ups that Square Enix had. Eidos' success still wasn't enough to pay the bill.
Myself.
Yeah, also, Delstus also went on to say that Square Enix has some things to learn about how to sell their games. We are in a situation that we have great games that could have sold more. They need to attack that very, very seriously. Last year was supposed to be a home run season, but we didn't hit a single home run. Maybe a double or a triple, but they weren't home runs.
They did make home runs, though. They just didn't realize they made home runs.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they consider a home run to be making more money than they got.
I mean, again, this goes back to the fact that, the budgets for these games are probably just overblown.
Way too high. There was no reason to have full mo-capped cutscenes in Hitman Absolution. Zero reason. I will not buy it for a second.
Yeah, but aside from all the stuff that aside from the stuff that Eidos had done, Square Enix, the reason that they were disappointed because, some of the stuff that we made didn't turn out too well. But, so we're hoping you guys can pick up the tab on that, which is a bunch of shit. Because Eidos is able to say, look, we put out games, Sleeping Dogs, Tomb Raider, Hitman,
these
Deus
games
Ex.
made profit.
What did you guys do? All they did was fuck up their MMO and, a whole fucking Final Fantasy 13 sequel, so...
Despite all of them being way too expensive, they managed to profit anyway, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And that's why I am terrified about the next Thief game.
Yeah, this adds a little bit more fear to how the Thief game's going to turn out.
Keep in mind, Blood Money, which is Hitman's pinnacle, everyone loves that as the best in the series, sold 500,000. 500,000.
I bought it.
And we suddenly expect 3.6. I'm quite frankly surprised it sold 3.6 million. That number should be actually probably lower.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree with that because
that's a Christmas miracle. That's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's just going on with the game industry in general right now is that budgets are way too over fucking bloated and they don't know when to stop.
Yeah, seriously, this is not friggin' Hollywood.
To be profitable at all in this industry, you need a series of Christmas miracles.
Yeah.
Well, there comes a point with development teams where you have enough people to develop the game, but with AAA titles, that doesn't really seem to be a factor. The more people they put into it, they think the better quality and the more bugs they'll be able to correct right off the bat, which isn't necessarily true. Games with 2 devs, 1 dev even, can do a far superior job with less things to work with.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, look at what happened. Look how Dust is. I mean, goddamn, Dust is fucking beautiful, and it plays friggin' awesome. Made by one person.
Well, its fine budget was I think $40,000 or $100,000. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am.
If it was, it's still relatively cheap for a game of that caliber.
Oh no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again,
I'm sure it made much more than that in sales. Much more. On Steam alone.
But yeah, I mean, kind of as far as this story goes with Square, yeah, I totally agree. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I think this guy leaving pretty much saw how fucking ignorant they were and said, you know what, I'm out of here. So
It's
you lose
interesting
the
though
creativity
that
of games when you have large teams and everyone's trying to put in something to it.
Hironobu
What
Sakaguchi sitting back going like, I told you, man.
what interests me about this story is that he cites that they weren't good at selling the games enough. Not that they were bad at budgeting or any of that. That's something that I want to know because it interests me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised that he didn't mention the inability to budget in his statement.
Like, it kind of makes me wonder if maybe he had problems with the way they were marketing games.
Maybe he was drinking the company Kool-Aid and didn't realize he was doing it. Like, I don't know why that reason was cited. Like, okay, never mind. We talked about that story already. I was absent. The YouTube Smash Brothers thing.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
Oh, really quick, can I just add something real quick?
Sure.
All right, it's about Square Enix. They are trying to market the next Final Fantasy 13 game called Lightning Returns by making Lightning's boobs bigger and giving it a jiggle effect.
What?
Are you kidding me?
I'm absolutely not kidding. Angry Joe posted about it on Facebook, and I did
Seriously?
And on this day, the male demographic for Final Fantasy 13 rose 22%.
Okay, I honestly
entirely against her character.
Okay, I honestly, seriously want a freaking plane ticket to go to Japan, go over to Square Enix headquarters, and freaking smack them all and say, like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Fucking
really? Really?
They're taking players out of survey now.
In a recent survey, 100% of the male demographic agreed with the new change.
No, some people are gay.
80%. Fuck you.
Tecmo's probably looking at Square like, yeah, that's totally a good idea.
You know
yeah,
what? No,
I think
100%. I'm accounting for lesbian women as well.
Okay.
Oh, God.
They count as the rest of the male demographic.
It worked for Lara Croft.
boy.
It'll work here, yeah.
Honestly, that's pure facepalm material. That is pure 100% friggin' facepalm material.
I'll take it.
Well, when
moving
you're
on.
Creativity, maybe you go for the obvious.
Moving on. This week, actually, Capcom Unity's Gregaman has come out in the open, giving more details behind the scenes of why Mega Man Legends 3 was canceled.
Fuck the story.
Are you okay, Sharky? Do you need a hug?
Continue, Beaver.
Yeah. Anyway, he said he gives a pretty lengthy article giving on Capcom Unity, saying that giving a recap of things that were already expressed in one form or another regarding to what went into the game's cancellation. He says that it's all old information and perspectives, but a lot of it is pretty much new to those that weren't in the know. A few of the highlights are the fact that he says that, remember that Legends 3 was essentially a 10-year late sequel to a spin-off that had middling success even back when it was one of the only games of its kind, before 3D action-adventure was an established genre, if you can remember that far back, and consider its place within the greater Mega Man brand. And also, pretty much he said that, it was basically because...
He's saying Legends 1 and 2 didn't sell well enough. And since it's 10 years so late, there's no reason to make another sequel to a game that didn't sell that well.
Yeah. Yeah, and he also gives thoughts on how the Mega Man Legends 3 project affected Capcom's perspective on community involvement, saying that, I want to believe that despite the grief, despite the years of community managing, quote-unquote, that have resulted from me and my team, all of whom were not in the company's employ at the time of the cancellation, there was still merit in the experiment, for you and for me. The Mega Man community is the strongest and most aligned it's ever been. We didn't get a game, but we got real stories of human beings coming together with other human beings and doing incredible things. I'm not trying to give the company a pat on the back for this incidental outcome. I'm giving you all a collective one. We as a publisher learned valuable lessons from the role community can, should, and will by any means necessary play in gaming. And in my mind, the dev room marked a maturation of our still fledgling community initiative. So yeah, Capcom getting a nice little shot in the arm of the fact that hey, the community does freaking
I'll
matter.
let Target take it from here because he seems pissed enough.
You know, this shitty fucking excuse of like, yeah, we didn't want to make something that was that old and that obscure. It's just like, fuck you. That hasn't stopped a lot of other people. You know, with that line of reasoning, we wouldn't have something like Shadowrun Returns because there was a strong community behind that, despite the fact Microsoft thought it should be a fucking shooter.
You don't understand. If we're gonna do Mega Man, we need to spend like $50 million and get like 70 bajillion sales back in return. It must be a AAA experience.
And we must have Hollywood actors to play the voices.
But you know, but at the same time, like to me, it just kind of sums up fucking Capcom's new line of thinking that they got now, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of divorce myself from them because fuck them. They're not. You know, it's like, I feel like one of those rednecks who's on Jerry Springer complaining about his wife, going, look at her, she ain't what I married, because fucking Capcom, no, like, okay, you remember that company that gave you Street Fighter 2? You remember those guys that put Resident Evil 4 in the GameCube? Remember when we got Mega Man Anniversary Collection? Well, they're fucking gone, because in its place is a bunch of assholes who don't know what to do. It's like, you know, and I'm not just talking shit, you know. Why did Mikami leave? Why did Keiji Inafune leave? They left because they knew, yep, this place sucks. Let's get the hell out of here.
Resident Evil 6 sold like 6 or 7 million new copies and was still a financial failure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I mean, and this is why, you know, not just Capcom, but like Ubisoft, all these fucking companies, EA, Electronic
and Mega
Arts,
Man Legends 2 only sold 0.42 million units. How do you expect it to sell a sequel to sell 7 million units of Charky? Are you insane?
No, they are, because they pretty much are the definition of insanity, where they do the same shit and they expect things to be different, and that's the crime that a lot of these companies are committing, is where they make horrible fucking decisions and learn nothing from them.
If I can't make this a AAA movie quality production and put billions of dollars into it, I have no interest in trying it at all.
You're just fucking trolling me now. You're just. But yeah, that's pretty much the line of thinking.
I am the CEO of Capcom, baby.
I mean, this is
like $400,000 into a project and expect to get small returns like that. Even though it's profitable.
Same fucking company that wants to say, we're not going to make any more Darkstalkers games because our re-release didn't do too well. Fuck you! You're trying to say that you couldn't have made a new game despite the fact that nobody would have gotten it. Yeah, not too many people would have liked an old game, but maybe if you'd have made a newer style Darkstalkers game, that would have sold.
We haven't gotten to that story yet.
Well, he just bridged it, and so might as well get to it.
Segway.
I mean, Segway ahoy. Darkstalkers, yeah.
Segway train.
Yeah, no, Darkstalkers 4 because Resurrection didn't perform well, and I do agree with the Charky on this. Okay, if you want to re-release the old games, okay, that's fine, but you did it so fucking half-assed. And not to mention the fact that fans more wanted a new game rather than the old shit. That is the biggest friggin' middle finger ever. Biggest compared to like the shit when it comes to Capcom. I mean, when it comes to Mega Man.
Rockaway Carter, who is GF's Resident Fighting Game fan, was pissed off when he linked me this story. Like, he was super pissed off.
Yeah, and he has every right to be. It is a bunch of shit. It is, like, that line of reasoning, you may as well say, like, well, we're not going to make another Resident Evil game because when we put the original for download on PSN, nobody bought it. Like,
but, Charky, I can't sink $7 million into a new production and get billions of dollars in return with the Darkstalkers game.
Well, you're not supposed to put that much into it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
No. My investors tell me that $7 million is the right number to put into this project.
Okay, President of Capcom, can I ask you something? Do you know what an accountant is?
I fired him like a year ago, I think.
Oh yeah, this is.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're right. I think I have Jim Sterling on accounting.
Oh god.
He says I should give him like $5 million a year.
I don't know, man. That guy. Last I heard, he works for Konami.
Well, that's his part-time job. He works here full-time.
But yeah, so
Jesus.
so sadly, no fourth installment of Darkstalkers anytime soon, unfortunately, because of that. So because of Resurrection's so-called failure, which is, again, fucking bullshit. Make a goddamn new game instead of redoing the old ones. And if you're gonna redo the old ones, do them right. Don't fuck them up.
I mean, did Street Fighter 3 Online sell like hotcakes? Is that why they're making Ultimate Street Fighter 4?
Actually, I think the Street Fighter HD games all sold like hotcakes online.
Yeah, they did because they were done friggin' well. This one got the half-ass treatment, and that's bullshit.
It's a bunch of fucking shit, and it just goes to show that it's something.
This is like if this, you know how legendarily shitty the Silent Hill HD remake was.
Yeah.
This would be like if Konami said, "Let's not make any more Silent Hill games because the HD remake was shit. Because the HD remake didn't sell as well."
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck Capcom. Though thankfully, I mean, at least somebody had the balls to come out and just try and discuss some more about what went behind the scenes of Mega Man Legends 3's cancellation.
Yeah, Capcom, get fucked.
Yeah. Anyways, next up. A little bit of separation going on in the video game industry, coming from Activision Blizzard, and the fact they want to purchase themselves from Vivendi Universal for $8.2 billion to get the hell away from them.
Keep in mind, Vivendi was threatening to take away assets directly from them anyway.
Yeah.
Because Vivendi is in massive debt right now.
They're paying for an $8.2 billion lighter to burn a leech off of them.
Exactly. Yeah. For well over a year now, French multinational mass media and telecommunication company Vivendi has been trying to sell off the 702 million shares they own of Blizzard Activision that make up over 61% of Activision 1.15 billion outstanding shares. Yeah, when one looks at that number, it's not hard to see why Vivendi is trying to struggle to find a buyer. Because goddamn, that's a lot of freaking shares.
Yeah, and if there's anybody that's going to buy themselves, it's the Call of Duty factory that also has World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Well, it's now not just Call of Duty factory; it's also Skylanders factory now.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, that.
Though the Skylanders series is actually more decent than Call of Duty.
I'm glad that Activision is severing the ties with a bigger corporate drone.
True enough.
I know it's basically the small corporate drone shooting off the bigger corporate drone, but it still needs to be done.
You hear that?
We need less bureaucracy, not more of it.
Yeah,
this is Bobby Kotick's train coming.
I'm aware it's Kotick. I know, but keep in mind that means he no longer has some investor superior bitch telling him what to make.
True. Yeah. Although
that could end up being worse depending on what he will be doing in the future.
Yeah. But yeah,
Activision has been looking better since EA started fucking up.
True enough.
Sticking out of it.
Yeah. But
Despite what people say about Call of Duty, there have never been any online pass shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Well, with the
packs are overpriced, but you don't have to buy them.
God, keep butting in on me, why don't you? Jeez. Anyway,
there's nothing Game Wolf right now.
Oh my God.
Anyway, well, with this self-purchase of $8.2 billion, this makes Activision wholly independent once more, and the controlling interest in the company will now rest with its shareholders. The way the actual deal breaks down is this: 429 million shares will change hands for roughly $5.83 billion in cash, as provided by Activision directly, along with an additional 172 billion shares worth an estimated $2.34 billion being secured by Activision CEO Bobby Kotick and co-chairman Brian Kelly, who have contributed a combined $100 million of their own money to the sale. Kotick will remain CEO of Activision, while Kelly will become the sole chairman for the company.
That's ballsy when they put their own money down.
True.
Yeah, like I said,
I think they pretty much see oh my God, Vendi's really toxic. Let's put our own money into this to make sure we get the fuck away from them.
Yeah, and like I said, if there's anybody that can do that, it's the guy who can brag online about, look how much money I made last year.
Keep in mind, a lot of that was in bonuses.
Well, yeah, but still,
That's how corporations roll. They give their
how
highest.
many of those other fuckers come out and brag about that shit? Like,
I'm sure John Riccatiello got a nice, generous salary when he retired.
yeah. Sorry about Old Republic, guys.
Yeah. However,
sorry, that's why he lost his job.
Yeah. With this purchase, though, I mean, with them getting away from Vivendi, though, I kind of doubt there'll be any like major shakeups. I mean,
Probably
yeah,
not.
They're getting away from away from Vivendi's toxicity, kind of, but
Activision will still be Activision.
yeah, Activision will still be Activision, sadly.
Probably, but it's still a good move. It's still something that you really can't see a downside to.
True. And next up, the biggest, pretty much the biggest what the fuck that happened this week. Phil Fish has a meltdown on Twitter and rashly cancels Fez 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Charky and I got this one. We talked about this earlier.
Phil Fish, the developer of Fez, has had yet another colossal meltdown. This happened yesterday on Twitter in response towards the person known as the Annoyed Gamer on Game Trailers, Invisible Walls, Marcus Annoyed Gamer Beer. He went off on Phil Fish and also Jonathan Blow about not giving quotes to Game Informer's report about the potential at the time news that Xbox One will allow indies to self-publish. Mr. Fish, after seeing the Invisible Walls feature, said that he pretty much went off on Mr. Beer and told him to kill himself. This eventually led to Phil Fish canceling the recently announced Fez 2, and Polytron then went on Twitter and made the announcement official. Fish then went on to say afterwards on his Twitter, to be clear, I'm not canceling Fez 2 because some boorish fuck said something stupid. I'm doing it to get out of games, and I'm getting out of games because I chose not to put up with this abuse anymore. All I'm going to say is some guy needs to grow some friggin' balls. I mean, really?
He's put up one big, giant, bitch-ass hissy fit over this. I mean, come on. If you're an independent developer, you have to put up with stuff like this. I mean, that's inevitable with the internet, with the animosity of the internet. You're going to put up with crap like this.
Exactly. I mean, criticism. I don't care what kind of great game you've made. Criticism is always going to happen. And if you cannot take criticism, then honestly, what the hell are you doing?
Criticism. This was him saying, "I don't want to make a comment," and someone bitching that he didn't make a comment.
Yeah, come on, seriously.
Because
that's also. I mean, harassment happens.
Silent.
Yeah, it's just pretty much just not saying anything. You just go like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Beers. I mean, I don't listen to Invisible Walls or any of the stuff that they do, but he sounds like a grade A asshole just for that.
They do stuff like that on a regular basis. Not to that extent, but it's the same general gist of bullshit like that. And Fish really brought it on himself by antagonizing him like that. The way he responded to him was downright juvenile.
Yeah,
I mean, there comes a point when you can tell someone, hey, you don't have enough information to make a judgment like that. Let's just leave it at this.
Yeah, he should. I mean, he should have just left it at, I'm waiting for the news to be official about the 180 for the Xbox One self-publishing thing. Then I will give a statement. I know what's
going on. You don't know exactly everything. Let's just have a small little discussion, or even just leave it at this for now.
Or a simple, I decline to make a comment.
He responded to him in such a way that just made it seem like some little bitch-ass schoolyard fight.
To be fair, I don't actually know how he responded to the request, so I don't actually know what the email said.
So the thing with me is that it'd be easy for me to say that Phil Fish is being childish, but at the same time, it's like I don't know what kind of pressure those guys could be under, especially indie devs, especially. But at the same time, you don't see guys like Edmund McMillan act like this. You don't see guys like Jasper Bird act like this. Phil Fish is kind of the only one that I've ever seen lash out this much. And I don't care who you are or what kind of pressure you're under or who says what. You don't tell people to go kill themselves. That's just you don't do that.
Drama quote.
Even if you do have a short fuse and you're a game developer, it's a standard that people will mock anything that you do in the gaming industry just for the sake of starting something, and that's a given. That's 100% set in stone that will
This is an
eventually happen.
age of armchair critics because we have such a easy access to information and discussion nowadays.
Yeah, it's easy
Yeah.
to sit back from your
Like
internet
10
and
years
type
ago,
on Twitter or
this little
something stupid.
conversation we're having right now would not have even been possible. Not
No.
even
Yep.
10 or 15 years ago.
Yep. And
Well, he'll get over his giant rage and eventually bring it back with some sort of realizing. He'll have some retarded epiphany on the toilet that, my God, I've canceled a project that could make me money, and I'm going to do what with my life now?
yeah,
Guys, I'm sorry I was a
sit in the
giant
toilet
piece
and
of
just
shit.
crap all day.
it'll remain to be seen if
I'm sure
if
he will bring it back.
Fish
I'm,
will. Yeah,
I'm 100% sure of that happening.
yeah.
If he
I
does
feel.
bring
This
this
is an
back,
unfortunate story for everyone involved, personally. This was like a very unfortunate story that really shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned it on his Twitter at one point. You know, he said that. Let me bring up the picture here. Yeah, he replied to Annoyed Beer saying that, I don't think you realize how much this shit hurts. What did I ever do to you? And yet, then he makes similar mean-spirited remarks back at him afterwards.
Yeah, like if he would have just stopped there, he might have been able to have some sympathy. But
Let's make it clear. Fish was in the wrong, but so was Beer.
So was
They
Beer,
were
yes.
both-
I do agree.
yeah.
I mean, Beer was really harsh on both Phil Fish and John Blow. He even called them, like, hipsters in an attempt to demean them.
yeah,
And Blow
yeah.
get a lot.
well, someone
and
made a
Blow
mean
was-
comment and someone had a really bad reaction to it. That's just the way the internet goes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
If he wants to cancel his project, I mean, it's sad to see it go, because Fez was a really kick-ass game, and for the price, no, man, you couldn't beat that. But, I mean, you just kind of have to accept it. No amount of
and
saying,
let's-
oh, that was a stupid-ass thing to do on his part. I mean, yeah, he's got his own hang-ups. Maybe he caught him on a bad day, and he's just made a bad decision there, and now we can't see Fez too. But, it's
On-
just, you can't get
and
hung
let's
up
give
on
credit
stuff
where
like
credit
that.
is due. Jonathan Blow was very, very tame in his responses during that little kerfluffle. He handled
All right.
himself pretty well.
Yeah, he was really composed and just didn't lash out
and
like
he's
Fish
known for
did.
being a notoriously critical person about pretty much everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, remember his friggin' article? Remember his statement about the Xbox Cloud, saying that it's
Yeah.
not going to be as great
Yeah.
as it's being said
I
to be.
think I cited that in my article, actually.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. Well, yeah, I think if Phil Fish
Here's-
decides to return and bring back Fez 2 and get back on it, I mean, great and all, but honestly, he really needs to get some help because he has some anger issues.
I have to ask, we don't see this kind of shit in the movie industry. We don't see this kind of shit in the film industry or in the book industry. What is it about games in particular that causes so many fucking...
I think it's because
Annoying
games are still a very
minor.
controversial
Well-
media.
In
Even in comic books, you don't see this much shit happening.
actually, well, I've seen this happen in comic books once, and that was with
Not to the frequency of video games, I would say.
no, but I've seen something where somebody just fucking blew up on Twitter. It was Rob Liefeld, who Liefeld, he's been really outspoken. Especially he has a lot of haters on him. I'm sorry that his art sucks, but it's
Yeah.
I mean, Liefeld, to his credit, Liefeld has said some really good stuff, but, one day he blew up and said some really dumb shit, and, yeah.
Did he apologize for it later?
I don't think he did.
I'm just wondering, what is it about video games in particular that brings out such nastiness in people?
I do kind of wonder if it's either
Is
because
it games? Is it the internet? Is it something I'm overlooking? I don't know.
it does kind of make me wonder if it's more about the media itself and, like,
Yeah.
especially the journalistic aspect of video games media.
Yeah, that's
There's
also
media
that's also
focus, but
that's
it
also
does
partially
revolve
true.
around
What
the internet.
Infernape has just put up here is that because people like to hate on stuff, and yeah, that's partially true. I mean, there are people that just hate just for hating's sake.
You were saying something, Craziel?
Hmm?
You were saying something?
Oh, it was just... Oh, I don't even know what I was going to say. Nah, screw it.
Oh. Sorry to derail the train of thought there.
No, it's cool. Probably
We should
wasn't
move
important.
on.
Yeah. All right, next up.
Case around.
Wargaming, the guys behind World of Tanks and also the World of Warplanes, are bidding. They bidded on the Master of Orion series in the Atari Asset Sale. The free-to-play company also gunned for a Total Annihilation, and they actually, from last time I checked, unfortunately this article wasn't updated. Last time I heard, they got both the franchises. So Wargaming.net has Master of Orion series and Total Annihilation under their belt now. So this is kind of interesting. The fact that we got a free to play company owning these two kind of like classic like single player.
Yeah, I can't imagine
games.
this sitting well with people who were really into those franchises and kind of expecting, like, somebody who's more well known for doing strategy games more accordingly. But I mean, yeah, and especially, I mean, Wargaming, they've come under some heat before for, some of the shitty policies they had in place with World of Tanks until they finally decided to change the whole pay-to-win strategy, what have you. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about Wargaming to kind of make any kind of clear comment on them, but I will say, yeah, this has obviously ruffled some feathers of people that might still be into those series.
Yeah, quite possibly, but at the same time, I mean, if you take a look, you see the success of World of Tanks, and also how World of Warplanes is going on right now.
Franchises. Who else is vying?
As of right now, no one else. Starduck though is also lined up to receive control of Star Control from the Atari Asset Sale, and Rebellion is going for Battlezone.
Stardock does some good stuff.
If it's this company or no company at all, I think fans of franchise would rather someone making games with this license.
Yeah, somebody who's going to do something with them at least.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
I mean, I definitely
some good things at World of Tanks, which means they have a reputation for making at least a solidly developed game.
Yeah, so I believe that Wargaming would probably do something. They'll put their own kind of massively multiplayer online spin to Total Annihilation and Master of Orion, and with the way those games are, I mean, it could quite possibly work.
Yeah, it's kind of too soon to tell, but
yeah, it's too soon to tell, but still. With the way the games are, I mean, the way they play. If anyone has ever played like Master of Orion, damn good kind of like it's a bit of a mix of like an RPG, but also it's a flight. I wouldn't say flight sim, but
Master of Orion to me is something like, if you're into games that have a lot of small details and really small like esoteric stuff to them, then here you go. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll move on.
But anyway, I do feel like Wargaming may do the whole thing's justice. They'll just put their own MMO spin on the things, and
we'll see.
With the way World of Tanks is and World of Warplanes, it seems fairly positive.
We shall see.
Alright, and our last in-depth article for this week is the return of Shadow of the Eternals, coming with somebody new. The voice of Solid Snake has joined the project.
War has changed.
Yeah, Precursor Games is trying to crowdfund Shadow of the Eternals once again, following their failed Kickstarter campaign earlier this year, with now a lower budget, a refined pitch, and the voice of Solid Snake himself, David Hayter, lending his voice to it.
ID tagged weapons, ID tagged magic, and ID tagged sanity.
Also, they've also done
tagged Dennis Dyack.
Yeah, they've also did another change to it as well. The big change to it is the fact that instead of an episodic releases, they decided to package it all into one just bulk, and that it will be an 8 to 10 hour complete experience for PC and Wii U, as opposed to those episodic releases, making the project somewhat more easier to get behind. Also, Precursor is also taking community-created content really seriously, which which if people want to get involved with the project somehow, I mean, there you go.
That's great and all, but is Dennis Dyack still involved in the project?
Yeah,
Who
that's
knows?
the thing. I mean, and even if he is, if enough people on Kickstarter say, yeah, we want to see this come to fruition, that's fine. And if Dennis Dyack is any less of a crazy man, that's great. But there is a reason no publisher in the industry wants to give him money anymore.
I'm not against. I am against people being lambasted for things for sins they've done a long time ago. But on the other hand, X-Men Destiny and 2 Human, the scars are still kind of fresh.
Yeah, X-Men Destiny especially. I mean, like I said, and I've said this before, when you look up, what went wrong with that and the fucking horror stories
The
that
answer
were...
was everything.
Yeah, it was mostly on his shoulders why that game turned out the way it did. And, not to put the game development on one guy's shoulders, but it really was kind of his fuck up. Yeah.
To Human, that was notoriously a pretty mediocre game altogether.
Yeah,
I played through that fucking game.
let me see if I can pull up their Kickstarter and take a look.
Is 2 Human mediocre or bad? You tell me, Sharky.
It's mediocre in the fact that the action was alright, but there was just a lot of shit that got in the way of...
Tell me about the death animation.
You can't fucking skip it. It takes forever. I died once, put my controller down, got up and got a drink, and it wasn't done by the time I got back.
Yeah, you could literally just make lunch, and you'll be lucky if it's finished.
Holy fuck balls. Like, in the story, I still don't get it. I still remember Dyack's pitch of, if you were into Norse mythology, you'll totally get what's going on. No, I don't get what's going on, and I studied Norse mythology. I knew who these people were. I knew what some of this shit was, and I didn't get it.
Played Valkyrie Profile.
I know that game. I didn't play it, but it didn't make any fucking sense. Why is the god of beauty the main hero? I don't understand this.
Look, y'all told me Boulder was the god of being a total pussy.
Yeah. Looking at Shadow of the Eternals, yeah, they definitely have decreased their original goal somewhat. It's now the goal they're looking for is basically $750,000. And they already have $161,811 so far with 26 days to go.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be pledging any money towards it, but if enough people say, yeah, we want this thing to happen, I'll be interested to see how this turns out.
I don't pledge money to Kickstarters, period, because I can't get into the mindset of an investor where I spend money and I might get a product. I just can't get into that mindset, so I don't vote fast in Kickstarter because I know the terms of Kickstarter, unlike some people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one of the big draws though has to be the fact that they got David Hayter. David Hayter is he's voicing one of the main characters, Paul Becker, and it's pretty much a return. It's a return to kind of similar territory because David Hayter also did voice acting back in Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
I mean, Hayter's gonna hate, so who cares?
I mean, David and Hayter, aside from anything he did on Eternal Darkness, he worked with Silicon Knights before when they did that remake of Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes in the GameCube.
Yeah.
And Hayter was kind of a really big driving force behind that project because he helped get the original voice cast back for that. But that's more of a fun fact.
Oh, yeah. Now, also, 26 days remain on this. Remains to be seen if this will be successful.
Guys, Kickstarter is not a guarantee. It's a very much a risk you take.
Yes, that is true.
Indeed.
If you want to take that risk, feel free, but beware, you are taking a risk.
Yeah. Also, Precursor Games has also said that if the Kickstarter proves to be not only successful but also goes over the amount that they're asking for, a PlayStation 4 release of Shadow of the Eternals would also be in the cards. So,
but not a Wii U or an Xbox One one.
No, it's guaranteed to be on the Wii U and PC, but it's just the possibility of a PS4 version is up there only if there's enough money after the initial Kickstarter target is met.
Interesting.
Yep. All right, now moving on to the brief mentions, and boy, we got quite a few of them.
Yep.
First off, this one involves our only little bit of Sony news this week. It's been revealed that the Xbox One will be able to record the last 5 minutes of your gameplay for, being able to put up on social media and that, and also be able to edit. The problem is, though, the PlayStation 4 will have the ability to record the last 15 minutes of your gameplay. Yeah, ouch for Microsoft on that one.
You guys see the video of the guy driving the Kinect car and he didn't move at all the entire game and he still got second place? It's going to record that.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
That's gonna be awesome indeed.
Tell me about
spy
Steel
on her.
Battalion.
Oh god.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
Steel Battalion. No.
What I want to see is not people playing the actual game. What I want to see is how this person is struggling with it on their couch or standing in front of it, because that's a lot funnier than
I know, seriously.
seeing them try to play the actual game.
I want to
There
see
needs
them
to be like
throw
some kind of
around-
underground Olympics for attempting to play these games.
They
First
got the
rule
mid-
attempting to connect. Don't
They
play
got
It's
the
like
menu.
QWOP.
Oh,
You
god.
guys just do slightly better next time.
They got the menu on the Kinect version of Sonic Riders to work after only 2 hours. Damn, that's a new record.
Jesus.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
what the hell is up with their issues with menus?
I have no idea.
No. But yeah, that's
Xbox.
Xbox, do better.
What if someone says Xbox off, like in the chat, like if you're in a voice chat, will that record to your Xbox, turn it off or something?
If the Xbox press conference is to be believed, it will turn your Xbox off while you're watching the conference.
You know
Yeah.
how funny that would be? You're just in Call of Duty and some little asshole's just like, oh, you know what, screw you guys, Xbox off.
Yeah. Or from the E3 thing or the unveiling, like there's gonna be some kid trying to play a game and his annoying little sister's gonna show up. Xbox TV, and it's gonna flip over. Get out of here, Jessica! It's gonna.
I wonder
become
if there's
this big thing.
like a control alt open all files kind of command for that.
Oh god.
Xbox,
Yeah, it's just-
activate everything.
It's just
First and
opening
flame.
First
just this floodgate of opportunities to fucking troll whoever's using it. Just,
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
This is
And I think it's a good idea.
I fear when this thing comes out. I mean, there's gonna be just
it's gonna be fucking
it's
funny.
gonna be a mess. But
You know, I
yeah,
can't read stories.
this here big punch to Microsoft and the fact that, oh hey, you guys can only record the last 5 minutes. Guess what? PS4 records the last 15. Enjoy.
And PS4 has fucking Ustream.
No, that too.
I mean, to be fair, Twitch is superior in every way, and
Yeah.
Xbox would get the better of those two.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, Forza Motorsport. The developers behind Forza Motorsport 5 have revealed that they do actually have an answer for those that plan on deciding to grief by deciding to pull a 180 and start driving in reverse.
But that's
Yeah.
what all the NASCAR games are for.
No. Turn 10 Studios has said that for people who just want to get online and grief people, if you were to turn around and drive against traffic, the Drivatar, I fucking hate that word, the Drivatar would stop paying attention to that.
Oh god, yeah. That's so fucking stupid.
Drivatar sounds like some kind of dinosaur. Like a
Yeah,
futuristic-
it really does.
Drivatar.
Yes, they say that it does not record that kind of griefing behavior. That's how we get around that, because we recognize that there are people who do that, people that like to get online and grief. So yeah, pretty much if somebody decides, oh, you know what, I'm going to pull 180 and just drive against the thing of traffic and try to knock everybody off the damn road, and thinking it's going to record that whole thing and make his Drivatar do that, the Drivatar will automatically turn itself off.
Yeah, but if you
Someone
are
went to,
playing with... sorry, go ahead.
What, me?
Yeah.
I was just going to say, if someone were to drive backwards for, let's say, like 100 feet, it would spawn in like a boot on their car.
No, it would spawn a cart. It would spawn an Acme brand anvil from the sky.
Right into the engine
No.
block.
No. One better. The Monty Python 16-ton weight.
No, the Monty Python foot.
Oh god, true. Both are friggin' memorable.
It solves the problem, of drivatars, but if you're still playing with regular fucking people...
Yeah, that's true enough. That's what's gonna suck about it. I mean...
Do we really have to keep calling them drivatars?
I really don't want to.
I fucking hate that name. It's so stupid.
Your online profile.
Because that's the technical term for it. Driver AI. Just call it that.
Yeah, just driver AI. That's it.
I will call it your online profile.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Can't they just call it like Kit?
How they're combating griefing for a bit, though it still remains. They gotta put something in there for like in-game griefers though. Like lock out the goddamn driving controls for a bit and force them like to drive correctly for the rest of the race.
I just have this visual in my head now of fucking Knight Rider trolling them like, Michael, you're driving the wrong way. Shut up,
Kids! I allow you to drive in that direction.
You can have them lose control of the car and have it go right off to the side and just sit there for the rest of the match.
That would be perfect.
Just automatically ejects all the wheels off the axles.
This David Hasselhoff behind the wheel.
Ejecting tires.
Oh god.
Ejecting driver.
Okay, yeah, pull a friggin' damn
Sending
Bond
driver to the fucking moon.
Ejector seat,
You continue
Bond
to
style.
drive in reverse. Engine block will self-destruct.
Anyways, next up. Nintendo really just getting on board with all these offers. Nintendo adding in some new offers for Wii U owners, along with some worldwide eShop deals. To go along with the deal that they're offering with those that have Fire Emblem Awakening and Shin Megami Tensei 4 registered on the Club Nintendo site. A new deal has popped up for... This one more focuses with Europeans and those living in the UK. It centers around Pikmin 3 and the upcoming Wonderful 101, and operates like this. Pikmin 3 is due out on July 26th in Europe, and the UK is priced at €49.99, €39.99, and pounds respectively. And those that buy the game digitally from the eShop will be able to get the Wonderful 101 for 30% off once it releases in that region on August 22nd.
Now, if you start posting videos of YouTube of our game, we'll take it away.
Oh, jeez. But no, that's
I gotta read the fine print.
It's a pretty decent chunk of a discount.
No.
European Union loses. It basically takes off almost 15 euros from the price.
If you put our games on YouTube, we'll charge you for the ad revenue, then take it away.
And for the UK, it's about £12 discount for Wonderful 101. I mean, it's not $30 on the eShop, but it's a pretty substantial discount nonetheless.
Yeah, it's cool to see him do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As long as they don't take the cutscenes out of Wonderful 101, just...
yeah. Also,
I understand, Sharky, they might see them on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, also, Nintendo is holding another Wii U eShop deal, this time for North America. Said deal is pretty simple. Wii U owners who add a certain amount of funds to their Wii U eShop accounts by midnight Pacific Standard Time on July 28th.
Actually, Nintendo just said that since people will watch the eShop on YouTube, they're going to take it down.
Oh.
It could ruin the experience.
But no, they said that pretty much those that add money onto the Wii U eShop will get some credit back as rewards. It's pretty much about 10%. Adding $50 will net players $5 back from Nintendo, while $100 will reward the $10 to a player's eShop account.
Okay, and on a serious note, that is a very sweet deal.
Yeah.
If you do spend a lot in the Nintendo store, which most people probably don't.
Yeah.
Sales kind of encourage people to use your service, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I worked for Steam.
Yeah, big time.
Steam.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Sales are a big
definitely
incentive.
definitely some good deals over there for
Trading
both
cards.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, definitely good
Oh my god,
deals
don't
for.
even get me started on those damn trading cards.
Yeah,
Level 22 on Steam, and I still am
the
like,
next
I have to have
obsession
all the
right
cards,
there.
man.
The
Do you have
next
any spare
obsession.
dust cards?
Hell no. Those cards run a foil set about $100 and some.
I got 2 Skyrim cards from the Steam sale, man.
Whoa. Hold on there before you start ending up on hoarders.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
I actually did finish up the set of the summer sale cards, but only once.
Anyway, yeah, those are pretty damn good deals for both over across the sea and over here in North America. Next up. Oh, this one's gonna be interesting, and I'm thankful you actually arrived, Enigma, for this. Don Matrick plans to turn Zynga around with business cliches, such as system paradigms, whatever the fuck you say that name.
Well,
Paradigms?
Paradigms. Shift some paradigms. Think outside the box. Yeah, according to a Polygon report on a Zynga investor call, Matrix said the company needed to break some bad habits and get back to basics. He also said that he would get under the hood to evaluate Zynga's business, calibrate against the market opportunity, and go after it with a real sense of urgency, and spend some time heads down with developers. Oh, the fuck.
you see, Zynga, we have an offline product for you. It's called Get the Fuck Out and Don't Play Our Games.
I wonder what their development team is. It's just like, I wonder if we could add more fairies and stupid shit to Farmville.
I think what you mean to say is they say, I wonder what game we can rip off next.
It's essentially, I mean, that's their whole company. Is just
Scrabble. We've ripped off.
It's all a bunch of stupid rip-off games and the Facebook stuff, and it's just a money grab right now.
It's like, quick! Let's get some catchy marketing in here. Somebody call Chris Walken.
And to be fair, quick money grab seems something that Don Matrick is well suited for. To be fair.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, this is basically Don Matrick saying a lot of things, or like putting out a lot of words without actually saying anything of substance.
Yeah.
I don't know what those mean, but I'm excited!
Don Matrick is saying stuff. We hope you still care about Zynga. Stuff.
Like that. No, like Family Guy, when Lois is running for office, just stand there at the podium like Zynga games, and then the whole crowd just stands up, yay!
Yeah, just God, Matrick. You know, even though you've left Microsoft, you're still proven to be just
Well, if you wanted to still find a product for you, it's called the 360.
God, I will never. I still will never forgive him for that damn line.
By a man working for Microsoft.
Anyways, next up, Gearbox is revealing the details of its Homeworld acquisition, saying that they plan on releasing HD re-releases of the classic Space RTS titles, along with original versions of the Space RTS. They do not. Yeah, pretty much. They plan on basically giving people the option of, okay, if you want an HD version of it, there you go. Nothing's really changed. It's just the graphics got a nice tone up. If you want the originals, if you're like really that nostalgic, you still got an option there too.
This is the best.
Be right back. I got into emergency.
Hope for from Gearbox, because if they had made their own property with that license, they'd fuck it up.
Yeah, basically outsource it to somebody else and then piss all over them for not doing a good job.
I'm sorry. I am on record for saying I fucking hate Gearbox. despite having a friend who used to intern there.
Oh, ouch.
He understands, so don't worry.
What games were they responsible for? Weren't they responsible for the newest Alien Colonial Marines?
And Duke Nukem Forever and Borderlands and a couple of Half-Life expansions.
Yeah, they suck.
I think it was the Company of Heroes, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% sure on that.
No, they're not.
Oh. It makes some sort of World War II-esque game.
They did Brothers in Arms.
Yes. That's the one.
It was like a squad-based shooter, but
Yeah. A game that do people that game doesn't really like have much going for it.
It was a decent game though.
I mean, it doesn't. It's not the first thing you think of when you think of World War II games.
No, but it wasn't bad.
True. I guess they can't fuck up all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, next story.
Dead air.
He said he had to be right back.
Oh, whoops.
I'll go on. New online game company founded by ex-Blizzard, Sony Online, and Relic developers.
This actually sounds pretty sweet. But what else does it say?
Won't know till something comes out.
It's a company called Molten Games, headed by Jungwon Hong, former head of Blizzard's Korean office. It has other people like Paul Bitta, former head of esports and community at Blizzard, Blaine Smith, who's an ex-SOE producer and developer for Relic Entertainment, and they're also hiring for other positions in the company right now, like concept artists, technical directors, and lead game engineers.
So it kind of sounds like, guys who are kind of bigwigs at some of these companies, but not really somebody that maybe they worked on Diablo 2 or...
Apparently they're getting funding from the people who made Guild Wars, City of Heroes, and Aeon.
That's not bad, actually. It sounds like they could do some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
I mean, when you had guys from Blizzard who straight up left, and then they formed, I think they formed Runic Games, and that was how we got...
Torchlight.
Yeah, Torchlight. Yeah, which is great.
Which is basically the substitute for Diablo 3 for many people.
Well, yeah, it's Diablo 3 without the bullshit. But I mean, yeah. So I'd be looking forward to see what they do.
I'm trying to remember who Relic Games was, though.
The co-founder, one of the co-founders, Mr. Han, made a statement saying, "We created Molten Games in order to truly have control of our game development and IP, and we're going to create something epic. Our team understands not only the creation of online games, the ongoing management of them better than anyone else in the industry. We continue to build our team and work on our initial project. Gameplay and player experience is going to come first with every decision."
So Relic Games were the guys that when they worked for THQ, they handled the Dawn of War license. They did
yes, I remember Relic now.
they did Warhammer 40k, the Dawn of War strategy games.
Heroes.
Yep, they did Company of Heroes, and I think they did Space Marine?
I think so.
Okay, back.
I like
Crisis
Space Marine.
averted. Okay.
We're on the...
We're on Molten. Okay, yeah. I remember.
I took over while you were gone.
Yeah, thank you for that. But yeah. I'm excited about these guys. I mean, God, we got former execs from Blizzard, Sony Online Entertainment, and Relic. I mean, goddamn.
This is like the cream of the crop when it comes to the online space. These are the people who know this part of the industry the best.
Yeah, and they've also already have one major supporter, and that's NCSoft, the guys that help bring about games such as Guild Wars. Sir. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's just the fact that they already have that support from NCSoft. That is big.
Yeah. So
that's some good funding.
Interested to see what they do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of potential there. Let's hope it doesn't get squandered.
Yeah, I hope it really doesn't get wasted.
I've seen it get squandered one too many times.
Too true. All right, next up. Square Enix has come out and said that, hey, we're open to the possibility of a Western-developed Final Fantasy.
So am I. I doubt it will happen, but I'm open to the possibility.
Yeah. Now, Final Fantasy brand director and producer Shinji Hashimoto has answered in an interview with RPG Site, saying that I wouldn't say no straight away. It depends on the proposal and everything, though, of course. Obviously, Final Fantasy is traditionally a Japanese game, so it would really just depend on how discussion goes. But yes, if any Western studio actually approached us, we'd of course think about it. I don't know why, but one of the things about Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts is that they're very unique. It's a very unique proposition that we have. I think it's why it's quite difficult for people to approach us with such ideas.
The thing, though, is it'd be interesting to see because Final Fantasy, if not the originator of like all the JRPG tropes we know and love today, they're the codifiers of such tropes.
True enough.
And kind of thinking if you look back far enough, JRPGs themselves were somewhat based off D&D.
Yeah.
So. Obviously there's probably going to be some culture clash simply because of,
What had happened is that the Western devs and the Eastern devs both took D&D as a system and saw different potentials in it.
Yeah. But
the Eastern went out to make JRPGs, and the Western made the ones that or Western oriented like Skyrim and Oblivion. They saw different aspects of D&D they wanted to replicate in games. So that's how it happened. I have an article on this, actually.
Yeah, but what's going to be interesting about it, is going to be somewhat of the culture clash because, you obviously see this when like Final Fantasy games are made, as well as JRPGs in general, is that they're kind of catered to the audience in Japan. Whether or not if anybody in Europe or the US likes it is kind of incidental, but stuff like Final Fantasy and the character designs, JRPGs have always kind of had these old tropes of men look like women and the women look like porn stars, but it's but you look at something like Skyrim or any of the Elder Scrolls games where they try to make the characters look more down to earth and more realistic. Granted, it's like if it's like Oblivion, or I think Skyrim kind of did this too, where it's like it's a different head but everybody has the same body.
Of course, calling Oblivion's appearances realistic is a big disservice to reality. Because just take a look. Any of the beards in Oblivion look like you just burned your chin in pig fat.
It's been a while since I've looked at that game, so my point of reference is not that great. But still, the culture clash and how things are designed, obviously, you do kind of have to wonder if...
It would be interesting to see, but I just doubt it would happen.
Yeah, judging from that statement that Gamer Wolf brought up, saying that they were open to it, but judging on the proposal, it seems more like it's going to be a crowdsourcing kind of thing. Like, hey, wow, they're open to it, but are they going to kind of walk them through it? Or are they going to hold their hand through the whole thing? Like, no. Instead of this, do this. It doesn't seem like they're going to full force give them like a Western developer like the ability to make a Final Fantasy game. It seems more like they're going to kind of hold their hand through it and have them be the quote-unquote developer of it.
Well, with that, what they meant was it's pretty much the fact that Final Fantasy and anything like with Final Fantasy, such as like Kingdom Hearts and that, it's mainly because the fact that they got their own kind of their uniqueness to them in a way, and they really. It's basically kind of a little bit of a mix in the fact that they'd be interested in what a Western developer would be have to bring to the table for a Western made Final Fantasy game or something like that, but at the same time it's like, okay, what are you going to do with our franchise?
It's a real-time combat. You're out of your minds.
Well, it's definitely got its own sense of style.
But doesn't Lightning Returns have real-time combat?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Anyways, let's move on towards the next one, and it's the fact that it's been announced that Dragon Age Inquisition, all those saves you had from Dragon Age 1, Origins and 2, you better still have them, because they will impact Inquisition in full.
That impact was in quotes, right? That was in finger quotes?
No shit. No, fuck them.
No.
They might have meant serious, but I guarantee you, in actuality, that will end up being impacts in air quotes. Did you see Mass Effect 3?
Oh yeah, we know that. We know
There
that.
we go again.
Dragon Age 2. Fuck both of those games.
Impact? You mean at the start of the game, certain factions will have frowny faces? Dun dun dun.
But no, during forgot that also during this
Your
week.
choices matter by what was going to happen is that your Inquisition is going to have a moral gauge that will change depending on how many assets you have lined up. If you have enough assets, you can get the best ending. You can pick the green option.
Anyways,
Dragon Age 2, what a fucking shit game. Yeah,
With
it's
the
gonna
mages
end
and
up
Hey,
Templars
over and
merge
over
together.
again to attack.
Where the
anyways,
mages and the Templars will merge into a single new DNA because that's how DNA works.
anyways,
I'm still
during
pissed
this
off at Mass Effect 3. Do you get it?
I'm pissed off about that and Dragon Age 2, man, so trust me.
Much rage is to be had.
yeah, to the point it interrupts me constantly.
Like
Any-
we cared about what Dragon Age 2 was, but
Anyways, this announcement actually happened during this
1,000
week was actually PAX Australia.
I wrote a 4,000-page paper on the ending alone and why it's basically ripping off Deus Ex.
Anyway,
waiting for you
PAX
to be done.
Australia was this week. Okay, BioWare's producer Cameron Lee made an announcement saying that both the decisions you made in both Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 will have full impact on the next installment of the game.
So
Yeah,
good luck,
it's-
Dragon Age fans. I hope you get the green ending.
Oh God! Yeah, again, it's like he acts like I gave a shit to keep my game after playing Dragon Age 2.
How will this affect colorblind people? If it's just gonna pull a Mass Effect with the color palette swaps.
Just
They're-
look for the pretty light. Just look for the big blue light. I saw someone protest Mass Effect 3 by giving them 3 flavors of 3 cupcakes, one
Yeah, the
red,
cupcakes.
one blue, and one
Yeah,
green.
we remember.
All
We
tasted
remember.
the exact same.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Yeah. So, the thing is, though, with the fact that you can't import your saves from PS3 to PS4 or Xbox 360, Xbox One, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of an impact if
Just
anyone's
put a
going to buy it.
comic in there. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, freaking like Mass Effect Origins. Anyway, next up, 16 new titles have been greenlit on Steam. The total list includes 14 games and 2 more software titles. Now, there's quite.
Aeronautical Activity is not one of them.
Sadly, it isn't. However, there are quite a few little mentions here. The full list of software that have been greenlit are as follows: A Hat in Time, Among the Sleep, which means, yeah, we're going to see some more Amnesia-esque playthroughs on YouTube. Broforce, Centration, Chasm, Darkwood, Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. Why? One of the software titles, Dex... I think that's how you say Dex. Yeah, it's Dexter's audio editor. So the X and the X with the S afterwards kind of screwed me up a bit. Divekick has been greenlit. The other software title is Graphic Editor Open Canvas, which, great for the artists in the fandom right there. Operation Black Mesa, Project Awakened, Recruits, Recoil, Shelter, and StarMade.
So again, vote for Dusty Revenge on Greenlight.
Vote
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Aeronautical Activity on Steam Greenlight.
I get
Yeah.
the feeling you're being paid to say that.
Nope.
No, well, Dusty Revenge is a freaking furry game, and it's
I'm
fucking
teasing
awesome.
him. Take a joke, gamer. Cold
But
marketing.
yeah, the big names right off the bat, from this group are, A Hat in Time, Among the Sleep, Chasm, freaking Deadly Premonition, and Divekick. So, pretty nice little list there. Though again, there's some titles I want to see get greenlit. Hopefully
I will
very
not let
soon.
Paranormal Activity go.
LD, yeah, we don't need a vote for Dive Kick. Dive Kick is coming. It's been confirmed. It's got the greenlit. It's gonna be put up on the Steam store soon.
Now all they need to do is like kickstart a thing for like a USB version of those controllers. Like, have you seen those? Where there's just 2 big buttons.
Oh yeah.
I want one of those.
Yeah. All right. Next up, sticking with the game announcements, Activision has announced 6 new titles, 6 new Wii U games for the remainder of 2013. However, some of them are like, just why even announce them? Because, well, 2 of them are friggin' Angry Birds games.
Because that's what we want.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Angry
that
Birds,
shit needs
the
to
Angry
stop.
Birds trilogy and Angry Birds Star Wars are going to be having a disc version of them for the Wii U. Another piece of shovelware, which unfortunately, sadly, comes from a show I do like watching because I do like seeing the people just flat out spill and fall on their asses. Wipeout, Create, and Crash. A new SpongeBob game. Don't care. A new SpongeBob.
I love Wipeout, but I'd never buy a Wipeout game.
Yeah, same here. New SpongeBob game. Don't frankly give a damn, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say, people still give a shit about SpongeBob.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought
Relevant.
The only-
years ago.
So yeah, the only 2 notable ones are Skylanders Swap Force, October 13th in North America, October 18th in Europe and UK, and Call of Duty Ghosts, which will be coming out on November 5th. Now, interesting fact with Ghosts though is the fact that Infinity Ward is not doing the porting. The porting is going over towards the other Call of Duty developer, Treyarch.
Because of course.
Yeah,
Because of course.
Yeah, providing an update on Facebook. Nintendo said that Ghost will hit the Wii U on November 5th with an all-new world story and powerful next-gen engine, and saying that Treyarch will be tasked with the port rather than Infinity Ward. Which, to be honest, me is like, okay. I mean, Treyarch is the one that's more innovating than friggin' the shell of Infinity Ward.
I'm watching YouTube in the background.
Oh.
I don't think anyone's watching YouTube. Oh, at least not right now.
Never mind,
But-
that was me.
Oh.
I left
Oh
Greenlight
my
on-
god.
Nice one.
I left Greenlight on, and Greenlight auto plays videos for no fucking reason.
Yes. But anyways, yeah. So Treyarch is taking care of the porting of Ghosts, which, I would honestly, one part of me doesn't give a damn. The other part of me is like, give porting to the team that actually gives a shit.
Gamer Wolf, don't you want don't you want military dogs?
Oh, I frankly just don't care. I frankly
It's all
just
about
don't
the fish, yo.
Oh, it's all about the fucking fish, guys.
The fish that
Realistic
move.
fish
Yeah,
AI.
the fish that move. Yeah, no, just no. Moving on. Next up,
Military dogs.
announcement for Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Already there is DLC going to be coming for this game, which involves a case that's set after Ace Attorney Apollo Justice that was on the DS.
DLC wasn't a given for every fucking game that came out.
Well, this DLC here is pretty much meant to bridge the time gap between the 2 games. So this game.
So are you allowed to fully released before the game comes out?
As of right now, all I can guess is that this most likely they'll at least have like the first part.
Is it a standalone?
It's not standalone, I don't believe. No, this is DLC that goes that's for the game itself. It's there are actually a couple other DLCs that are coming with it, such as a deduction quiz DLC, which lets players test themselves using information scattered around each of the game's cases themselves. But the big one is, this DLC here that's a 4-parter that is set to be in between Apollo Justice and Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. The first part of the game, of the 4-part episode, will be free to download, but the rest will be charged.
Dual Destinies is a new one coming out, right? Am I
Yes,
getting
it
that
is.
mixed up?
Yeah.
The way I believe it is, they'll probably follow the same format. in the U.S. They'll have the first part out there for free for people to download, but then afterwards, the second, third, and fourth parts will be required you have to pay for.
If it's a prequel meant to bridge the two games, why would you release it after the two games?
Well, the thing is, you'll be able to access it right from the bat. So if you don't want, if you want to just go straight into the DLC, you can just do that right then and there.
But I mean, wouldn't you want to release as a standalone in between the releases of the games?
I don't. Well, it would sound much simpler being a standalone, but the problem is, this is what they're thinking of doing.
Like I'm not against it. I'm just confused.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see where that confusion comes from. I really do. So it
makes sense. Like if you did the Dead Rising thing, where you put the in between episode in between the releases.
Oh, okay. I misread that. I'm sorry. There's 4 parts bonus gameplay set, but the big one is the full-on case. This is a full-on case. There's no pieces to it. You can you can buy it straight off the bat. Well, not straight off the bat. It's available, I think, right now in Japan. I'm not 100% certain, but the DLC case is called Special Chapter Turnabout Return, which turns out to be Phoenix's first actual case following the return of his law license and, more importantly, his attorney's badge, and involves a mustache-toting, pirate hat-wearing orca whale accused of murder.
Huh.
Yeah, par for the series course.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's not really a standalone, but you can, hopefully when Dual Destinies comes out in the US, this DLC will be able to be grabbed right off the bat. So if people want to play this DLC first, they can do that.
I kind of agree. Where that's kind of odd that they're just like you can just do the DLC first, but.
I'm just saying, if you want it to be a bridging DLC, you'd want to release it before the game comes out, and you'd want it to be a standalone.
Or why not just include it with the game? Why make it DLC? Unless it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Or just put it as DLC for the old game.
Can't really exactly do that.
I'm just confused as to why they went about it this way. I'm not against it by any means. I'm just confused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah, price and release date for the new DLC is yet to be revealed by Capcom. And Ace Attorney Dual Destinies is pretty much out now in Japan. So
whatever, Capcom, do what you want. Just fucking do what you want. I don't fucking care.
It's
Capcom's.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
There is no logic. It's just Capcom doing what the fuck they want.
Yeah, Capcom. There we go. Capcom logic right there. We can add that to stuff like Valve time.
Fuck it.
Anyway, next up, free-to-play Fear Online is coming to the West. Area Games has announced its plans to bring the in-play interactive developed Fear Online outside of Korea. Now, the main series multiplayer is remembered fondly by some players, though some others just more prefer the single player. Though 2 and 3 were kind of just meh.
Yeah, there was.
Did anyone care about it?
I kind of got a kick out of the multiplayer for the first Fear game, and granted, this may or may not have been before Call of Duty 4, and not really so much because of like perks or anything stupid like that, but because of the abilities that you got in that game. Like in the original Fear, how you could do that slide on people, you could jump kick dudes, like that stuff was pretty fucking awesome. Like stuff like that, to where like you could take dudes out without even using guns.
Spooky.
Well, not that there's going to be any kind of scary element to it. Absolutely not. I mean,
no.
You can't really do Fear properly in a multiplayer environment. But I mean, there are probably going to be people.
Well, what they are planning on doing is not just have like the competitive stuff, but they're also planning on doing like co-op scenarios. You
can't do Fear in a co-op in a multiplayer environment. Tell that to Resident Evil 5, Resident 6, Dead Space 3, and fucking Fear 3.
I have said that to them. I don't know.
Why
Maybe
are there so many fucking co-op horror games?
because Left 4 Dead came out and made a lot of money.
Yep.
It's not a horror game though.
Yeah, it's not a horror game.
That's not what the publishers see though.
They see money.
Yeah, the publisher saw, hey, co-op makes a lot of money, so we gotta have that.
Yeah.
Because they realized that zombies were fun to shoot.
Yeah, basically. But
They made it because they realized it was fun to shoot zombies en masse.
yeah, but the commentary on that aside, I kind of do wonder.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alma was in Fear 3's multiplayer. That if you looked at her, she turned off your controller for a while.
Oh shit.
So she's Slender Man.
Pretty much. Yeah, it'll remain to be seen. I mean, I'll take a look at it when it comes out, but
Yeah, if it's free to play. I mean,
if
might
it
not be-
just turns out meh, then I'll just pass on it. I mean, no big, no sweat off my back.
because I don't see it.
They'll see bridging this game and Fear 3, and they could release it when this game comes out.
Yeah.
You were still fucking hung up on that, aren't you? Just
Of what?
off the last story.
Oh.
All right, and the last story for this week, we have the
Aw.
official report that Rayman Legends is also now going to be on PC.
Yay!
Ubisoft gets
Please
its
show me
bingo
soda.
on its multi-platform scorecard. Yeah. Ubisoft has announced that Rayman Legends will be coming to Rayman Legends will be coming to PC on September 3rd in North America, joining its sister versions on the Wii U, PS3, Xbox 360, and PS Vita. Anybody pre-ordering the digital version on PC will also get Rayman Origins for free. Now that is a pretty goddamn good deal because
Fucking awesome.
Rayman Origins was a damn good game.
Yeah,
That is great, and I appreciate this. This is a good idea, because I already own Rayman Origins on the PC.
Oh, true.
Then you
I
gift the other copy to somebody else who wants it.
Yeah,
kind of shit, right?
spread the greatness that is Rayman
And if
Origins.
nobody else has it on their wish list, you fucking throw it at them and say, you need to play this.
I could do that, but I'm a selfish prick.
Then just be a selfish prick.
I'll take it. You can give it to me.
Yeah.
He won't give it to you because he's a selfish prick.
I don't want it
boy.
though.
Do we have any more topics?
That's our last.
That was the last one. However, I do want to mention a brief one. I'm not going to bring this up in article-wise because I frankly don't want to talk about this, but apparently Rockman X Over may actually get an international release, which I say, fuck!
Who cares?
I pray to God it doesn't, because that thing is friggin' horrible. They
can bring it out here if they want. It's not going to make me give a shit about it.
No, I don't want to see it. I do not want to see it.
No, it's actually a genius move. They can use that, bring it out, then use its lack of sales justify not bring any other Mega Man games to the US.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, fuck.
It's genius, actually. It's very clever marketing.
Persona 3 the movie, I have an interest in seeing it, but the thing is, though, I've yet to finish the game. I've got to get back to it.
I hear it's like a series of movies, actually. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not. Like they're going to make
Never mind.
they're going to make a movie from, like, one part to another part, then more movies for each part of the game.
I figured it'd be more like the Persona 4 anime they did, but
Keep in mind, movies make more money than animes do.
that's true. Although, I can't... thinking about, all the shit we talk about Square Enix and everything, it's like, I can't help but keep hearing Square Enix looks at JRPGs and says, we don't know what to do with this anymore. And here you got Atlas and Monolith Soft going, oh, we do. Fuck you guys.
Exactly.
And then we have Atlas shooting themselves in the head with a magic gun that summons monsters.
True enough. Oh, God.
I actually thought that was badass.
Suicide.
Once again, you'll have to sell for the Son of the Anders that's out right now on the PS3. I mean, at least they finally fixed the frame rate lag issue.
Wait,
Zone of the
on
Enders
what?
is dead.
Yeah, they fixed the frame rate lag issue on Zone of the Enders finally for the PS3.
The Enders is
But
dead.
as of right now, Hideo Kojima has said nothing about any sequels about it.
It's dead.
It's not... I wouldn't say it's dead. It's on right now a permanent hiatus. All because Hideo
It's
Kojima was shamed in the
dead
fact
as-
that it was shamed due to the fact that it just came out, the Zone of the Enders game came out so poorly
It's
on the
dead as
PS3.
Star Fox.
He'd like
That
to make
is not
known
dead,
as-
and you know that for a friggin'
It's
fact.
as dead as F-Zero.
Kojima would like to make another Zone of the Enders game, but the fucking, Japanese mafia told him no. And
It's as dead as F-Zero.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, that does it for us for this week. Any closing things, you guys, other than what we just said?
No, not over what we just said.
All right, then. Well, everybody...
Dusty Revenge on Greenlight.
Yes, yeah. Greenlight, yeah. Vote for Dusty Revenge.
Paranormal Activity.
And Paranormal Activity. Yeah, vote those things up. Okay, we want to see those greenlit and put on the Steam store. Anyways, that does it for us.
Yep.
Take care, you guys. Hope y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you next week.
I'll be watching Sharknado in theaters, so next podcast I'll
Why?
say how that
Because he must see bad movies.
goes. No, my friends like, dude, we're gonna go see Sharknado in theaters. I'm like, okay.
It's not gonna be in fucking theaters.
What the...
I'll be
No, it's
taking
an
my
in-
place in Royal Throne.
Regal Cinemas, August 3rd.
Why? Just
don't know.
why?
I'll be taking my place in the Royal Throne in the meantime. I am third in line. for the throne,
Anyways,
after all.
night, you guys. Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye, Belch.
Oy, classy.
Very
I didn't have
classy.
much to say at all. I had to do something.